Welcome, football fans, to this NFL, AFC, and NFC Conference Championship review for the 2025 NFL playoffs right here on Terminal Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we kick things off with the NFC Championship game where we seen the Washington Commanders travel to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And we would see the running game play a key part in this NFC Championship game. And on the first offensive play of the game for the Philadelphia Eagles, running back Saquon Barkley goes 60 yards for the touchdown. And we would see that this would be a theme throughout this NFC Championship game as the dominant rushing attack for the Philadelphia Eagles offense would lead to a 14-3 lead in the first quarter over the Washington Commanders, but then we would see the Commanders fight back in this one before the Philadelphia Eagles offense scores 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter as they get the victory here 55-23 as they take advantage of 4 costly turnovers for the Washington Commanders offense as they were able to score 28 points off of those turnovers. And you know turnovers are a key factor in any playoff game, but guys, in this one, we've seen running back Saquon Barkley have a standout game leading this offense here with 15 carries and 118 yards on the ground and 3 rushing touchdowns. But not only that, we see quarterback Jalen Hurts have a fantastic day throwing the ball as he went 20 for 28 for 246 yards passing and 1 passing touchdown. But he also used his legs on 10 carries for 16 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns of his own as we see quarterback Jalen Hurts and running back Saquon Barkley become the first quarterback and running back duo ever to have 3 touchdowns apiece in an NFL playoff game. And guys, not only that, this Philadelphia Eagles team set a new record for the most points scored in an NFC Championship game all time in NFL history. And they also score 7 rushing touchdowns on offense, which is the most ever in an NFC Championship game in NFL history. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles as they win the NFC Championship, and they will be moving on to Super Bowl 59 down in New Orleans as we see running back Saquon Barkley put the team on his back though. But we gotta give credit where credit is due, and head coach Nick Sirianni has been catching flack from Philadelphia Eagles fans and football fans all year long. But guess what? He's the only coach in NFL history to make the playoffs in each of his first 4 seasons and also win the NFC twice or make the Super Bowl twice in those 4 seasons. What a huge accomplishment for head coach Nick Sirianni. And not only that, we also see he's the first coach ever to win the NFC twice in his first 4 seasons in the last 40 years as he's now leading this Philadelphia Eagles team to the Super Bowl. And congratulations to the Washington Commanders on a very successful season, especially with a rookie starting quarterback, as we see Jaden Daniels had 48 passing attempts in this game, going 29 for 48 for 255 yards passing, 1 passing touchdown and 1 interception. And the Washington Commanders offense had 4 costly turnovers in this game, but also was only able to have 99 yards rushing. So the defense for the Philadelphia Eagles definitely locked down the Commanders offense, and now the Eagles are headed to the Super Bowl. And finally, the AFC Championship game where we would see the Buffalo Bills travel to take on the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, and we would see a competitive back and forth matchup in this one as we see early on after the first quarter the Kansas City Chiefs led 7-3, and after a big back and forth in the second half where the Buffalo Bills were able to get 6 points and shut out the Kansas City Chiefs in the third quarter, we see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs offense do their thing as they march down the field and they get the game-winning field goal with just a minute or so left as they take the lead 32-29, but on their last possession the Buffalo Bills come up short and the Kansas City Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl once again and are AFC champions. And guys, we see quarterback Patrick Mahomes does his thing as he went 18 for 26 for 245 yards passing and 1 passing touchdown, but he also adds with his legs with 11 carries for 43 yards yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. The first time ever in his NFL postseason career that we've seen Patrick Mahomes have 2 rushing touchdowns, as he really let his legs lead the way here and get the Kansas City Chiefs points when they needed them desperately, as they get the win and they're headed to Super Bowl 59. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills on a successful season. And man, there was a lot of questionable calls in this one, not only for the Buffalo Bills offense, but for the referees in general of this one. And I know a lot of people on the internet are going to be talking about that, as we see quarterback Josh Allen finishes 22 for 34 for 237 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, but he also used his leg on 11 carries for 39 yards on the ground, as we see the Buffalo Bills as a team had 147 yards rushing, but unfortunately Josh Allen was stopped on a couple of 4th down conversions as they went for the tush push quite a few times in this game. But we see the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line came up with stops when they needed to, even though there was some controversy on some of the play calls here throughout this game from the referees. But we also see James Cook was the star of the Buffalo Bills, as he had 13 carries for 85 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns to help keep him in it. But man, how about Xavier Worthy for the Kansas City Chiefs, as he had a breakout game in this one, as he had 6 catches for 85 yards and a receiving touchdown, and also added 2 carries for 16 yards, as he was moved all around the field with over 100 total scrimmage yards. But Patrick Mahomes does what he always does. He comes up clutch in the end, as they were able to go down the field near the end of this game and get the game-winning field goal, or what would be the game-winning field goal, with just under 2 minutes remaining. But the Buffalo Bills could not make anything happen on their last offensive possession. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, as they're looking to be the first team ever in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. But they also make history in this one, as we see the Kansas City Chiefs are actually the first NFL team ever to reach the Super Bowl after winning back-to-back NFL titles. Man, this is going to be one hell of a season and one hell of a Super Bowl. We see the most playoff wins by a quarterback. Now, quarterback Patrick Mahomes has 17, as he moves into 2nd place all time in playoff wins in NFL history. And also, quarterback Patrick Mahomes is headed to his 5th Super Bowl appearance in 6 years. What an accomplishment for the all-pro quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, the NFL MVP, or Super Bowl MVP, I should say, on the last few years, leads this Kansas City Chiefs team back to the Super Bowl. And guys, that means we will have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs down in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59 in a Super Bowl rematch, as these two will be facing off in the big game for the 2nd time in the last 3 seasons. It's going to be one hell of a Super Bowl 59, and thank you guys for hanging out here and checking out Tim Reynolds Show's NFL Conference Championship review for the 2025 NFL playoffs. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments on what you guys thought of the NFL playoffs thus far, and what you thought of both championship games in the AFC and the NFC. I'd love to get to know your guys' opinions and get to know you guys a little bit better. Thank you for all the support right here on Tim Reynolds Show, this sports entertainment football loving channel. And please make sure you guys check out more, not only of my NFL content, my college football content, but also during the off season I'll be covering all the big news, not only in the NFL and college football, but we'll also be doing some NASCAR and some WWE right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, everybody, and let's get ready for the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl 59 down in New Orleans, and you guys be sure to check out Tim Reynolds Show for my Super Bowl 59 preview that will be coming up soon. Peace out, everybody.